This is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Sunday night, October the 16th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, members. Thank you to all of you, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston in Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world. Thank you for being here. I asked you to do this because I know that you could be watching anything else, doing anything else, getting ready for bed, getting ready for school, getting ready for work, whatever you do on a Sunday night at 10:30. But the fact that you are here with me right now, I appreciate you. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That way you can leave comments. Like the video. That always helps me a lot. So like the video for sure. Like the fact we're together. Like the fact the Canucks are going to actually win a game tomorrow. At least that's my prediction. We'll see. And most of all, I appreciate you helping me grow this channel. You can always leave donations. You can always gift memberships. You can become a member, whatever you want to do. But most important, let's get the comment section going, get some good interaction going. And as always, I will go for the first half of the show. Then I'll turn it over to you to the second half of the show. And then tonight it's extended. So I'll cut off the podcast and then we'll stay for another 20 or 30 minutes. Because if you stay after I end the podcast, I'm actually going to do an unboxing today. I've never done an unboxing video, but I will. I'm going to open my brand new Vesties in front of you. And then we'll also play our favorite games of Ordle, Gordle, and Wordle. So I hope you can stick around with me. And then by the end of this week, sometime we're going to hit 9,400 subscribers. A couple weeks behind schedule, but we're getting there. And then Jason and I will partner to do a giveaway later for this week. So I hope that all sounds good. So let's get going. And a reminder, yes, that I will turn it over to you halfway through the show. But forgive me, and before people start complaining in the comments, you take so long to get to your actual content. This is important to me. I want to talk about what happened to my lovely wife, Gail, yesterday. Many of you saw it on Twitter, on Facebook. I don't think I put it on Instagram, but I put it on Twitter and Facebook for sure. So my lovely wife, Gail, suffered a dislocated toe. We were at church. We were at the wedding on Saturday morning. And it's a Filipino wedding, so we were what's called secondary sponsors. I won't get into that, but in essence, there's a part where we had to walk up, put a veil over the bride and groom, and then later in the mass, we would walk up and take the veil off. And it's kind of symbolic for cloaking the bride and the groom and protecting them from evil sort of thing. So we put it on fine. Then when it was time to get off, to take it off, Gail stood up. She was on the aisle, and I was in beside her on her right. She stood up. And then as she tried to exit the pew, there was a steel rod that goes from the pew to the ground. Podcast listeners, you're going to have to forgive me because I'm doing a visual here. By the way, podcast listeners, thank you for listening. Make sure you rate and review the show. So picture a steel rod on the ground like this. And then Gail's left foot, she doesn't see it, catches it. So her big toe, picture this is her foot, big toe, second toe, third toe. So she catches like this. But then she's trying to get out of the pew like this so she can walk forward. But because she catches her foot like this and she's expecting to go straight, she actually turns this way and falls back, if that makes sense. So as she falls back, I try and catch her. You know, I'm fast, but I'm not that fast. Then there's a big thump, and I picked her up. We undid the veil. We came back. And then we made it to the end of the mass. And Gail was able to walk out of the church. But then as we were waiting for the bride and groom to take pictures, it started to swell up and it started to get very, very, very painful. So we made a quick decision to leave. Instead of taking her to a Surrey hospital, which is where we were, because I didn't want to be too far from her, we got into Richmond. She was a trooper. I got her to Richmond General. She couldn't walk anymore. So good thing I'm strong. And good thing she's lost some weight, a combination of both. I was able to pick her up and walk her. Like I carried her, like she was the bride and I was the groom. And I was taking her into so I carried her into the hospital in the emergency room, checked her in, and then basically left her there at 2:00. Went home, making sure she was okay, of course. Went home, ate lunch, finished my script, went through it one more time because I was emceeing the reception. This is all with her permission, of course, that I was able to go because we knew it wasn't too bad. She wasn't in agonizing pain. It was certainly uncomfortable, but we knew that by being in Richmond, Sean and Jacob were 10 minutes away from the hospital, so they could help her as well. So that's what we ended up doing. I came home, I ate, I finished my script, printed it out, and then I went on to the reception. Meanwhile, Gail got an x-ray, found out it was dislocated, not broken, thank goodness. But then the doctor then had to snap it into place. It took him 2 attempts, snap it into place. And now basically they taped Gail's second toe to her third toe, almost like a splint. So they took an x-ray, made sure that it was at least looked like it was set properly, but Gail's got to monitor it. So all to say, it was dislocated toe, not a broken toe, thank goodness. 2 weeks at least out with the lower body injury, having her foot taped up, so she can't really work out. And then for me, I got a permission, but I was able to work it into my script. Many of you guys saw my tweet where I basically said an update on Gail, and I told everyone in there, the 200 people there, about it. And then I simply said, but although I'm very concerned, I wasn't actually surprised because I've had women falling for me since high school. And then it was met with the expected half, like, ha, 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 ha. I'm not sure why they're laughing like women, but they're ha, 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 ha. And the other half were like, oh. So Gail's a trooper. She's strong. She'll be fine. And she will get better very quickly. So that was my excitement for yesterday. In between, and that's not why I want to come home, but in between, I was able to catch the second and third period of the game. So let me talk about the Canucks for about 8 to 9 minutes, and then I will throw it over to you. So once again, thank you for indulging me. I appreciate that many of you reached out to me because they saw the messages or they saw Gail's story. And so I had many of you, Justin and Rob and others, reach out to make sure that Gail was okay. And I appreciate it, and she appreciates it for sure. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm not worried. I'm not panicking about the Canucks. I said at the start of this 5-game road trip, I would love it if they got 2-1. If they came back with 5 points, they can still do that. Although it's not going to be easy because they've lost the first 2. So if they come back with 5 out of 6 points in the next 3 games, I still will consider that a moderately successful road trip. 5 out of 6. Even if they win 2 out of the next 3 and come back 4 out of 6, 4 points out of 10 though, I'll take it. It's not great, but I'll take it. What I don't want to happen is they better not come back winless, 0-5, and they better not come back 1-4. I really think they have to win 2 of the next 3 games, and I think they can. Actually, all 3 of Washington, Columbus, and Minnesota, they've all gotten off to slow starts as well. So I don't think any of those 3 have a winning record right now. So it's not far-fetched to say that the Canucks could pick up points in all 3 games, and maybe they go 2-1, 2-0-1, 1-1-1, which is only be 3 points. Wouldn't it be great? But let's look for the Canucks to pick up 2 wins in the next 3 games. And wouldn't it be appropriate if Bruce Boudreau gets his 600th career win in the city where it all started for him, the Washington Capitals? So let's look at that as a cool storyline for tomorrow. So perhaps, just perhaps, the Canucks will win 2 out of the next 3, and they'll come back 4 points out of 10, which isn't great, but it's a lot better than 0. The other thing, I don't know, I just see some funny chats going on. By the way, give me a sec. I'm going to turn on my fan. It's really hot in here. Give me a sec. Okay, that's better. Just one of my many fans I have here. And I don't know what you guys are talking about in the chat, but it looks pretty funny. I'll have to read through. Okay, I'll read through that later. Anyways, you guys are funny. Good thing you're legends, or else I'd be very upset. No, I wouldn't be upset. Never upset. So the other thing is this. Imagine if the Canucks won the first 2. So, okay, let's presume that they get a tie and 2 wins out of the next 3 games. Maybe it's far-fetched. Maybe it's not. So let's say they get 5 points out of the next 3 games. It's also, I think, the order that things happen. Because imagine if the Canucks went win-win, tie, extra time loss, then loss. So imagine if they come back 5 out of 10 points, but they lost the last 2 games of the road trip heading into the home opener versus going loss, tie, win. So they could, in the first scenario, they're actually winless in 3, but in the second scenario, they're undefeated in their past 3. So I know it's semantics, but I think semantics and perception or whatever, it actually makes a big difference. It sounds a lot better when you're coming back on a 3-game unbeaten streak than if you're coming back on a 3-game losing streak. So think about it that way. And so I'm not excusing them for their play. We know that there's been some really bad play. Their penalty kill has been horrible. Their power play has been even worse. Our top players basically went missing on Saturday against Philly. And then JT Miller basically called himself out and said he's been on the ice for all 8 goals by the opposition. So he was on the ice for all 5 Edmonton goals. Whether the Canucks were even strength, power play, or shorthanded, JT Miller was on the ice. And then for the 3 goals against Philadelphia, JT Miller was actually on the ice. That's pretty impressive. And remember, he takes up one of the 4 forward spots if they're on the power play, one of the 3 forward spots if they're even strength, and one of the 2 forward spots if they're killing a penalty. So no matter what, the fact that JT Miller's been on the ice for all 8 goals, it's not impressive from a merit standpoint, but it's impressive from I don't think I've ever even heard of that before standpoint. And that's why he's a -2, because obviously when you're killing a penalty, they don't count. If you get scored on during a power play, they do count in your plus minuses. But yeah, I think that's a kind of an interesting facet. I will talk about the lines, how they practice today, and then we'll get into your questions, your comments, and your feedback. They switched JT Miller and Bo Horvat. So whatever you call them, first line, second line, third line, they basically put Miller, they moved him down, so to speak, and they moved Horvat up. So now Horvat will be between Besser and Pearson. 2 players that he's played with a lot. He's played with Besser early in his career, Besser's career, and then he's played with Pearson a lot recently. So Horvat between 2 familiar line mates in Besser and Pearson. Then Miller drops down to play with Podkolzin and Garland, but that was a trio that we saw a lot last year. So Miller with Podkolzin and Garland. You keep Petey with Kuzmenko because we think that's going well. I'd love to see them do a bit more even strength, but you got Petey and Kuzmenko. And then they actually moved Hoglander, who's only there for Mikheyev. They moved Hoglander down off that, and they moved Curtis Lazar up to that line. So that will be Petey, Kuzmenko, and Lazar, or Petey, Kuzmenko, Mikheyev when he's ready. And then your 4th line is Oman, Joshua, and then it's going to be Hoglander or Lazar. I like Lazar's game, so I have a feeling they bring Lazar down the 4th, and then Hoglander is the one who sits, because I don't think he's had the best start to the season. And I don't think they're going to bench Lazar already. So if Mikheyev isn't back, look for Petey, Kuzmenko, Lazar, Oman, Joshua, Hoglander. If Mikheyev does come back, look for Petey, Kuzmenko, Mikheyev, Oman, Joshua, Lazar, with then Hoglander being the extra man. Then on D, as soon as I knew that Pullman was hurt, I thought, oh wow, is this going to be the Quinn Hughes experiment on the right already? Because you could go OEL and Hughes. Then you could go Rathbone with Shen, because they played together a lot during the preseason, and then keep your third pairing of Burrows and Stillman, or Stillman and Burrows technically, and who I thought were quite good actually. Stillman's been fine, and Burrows has been very noticeable. He gets a lot of shots off, and he got, of course, the first goal yesterday. But the way they practice is they actually kept Hughes on the left, and they went Hughes with Shen still. Then they went OEL with Stillman, and then Rathbone with Burrows. Is that right? Or did they go, let me look that up real quick, because I vlogged about it today. I should know this, but that doesn't sound right. I do know though that they have OEL and Hughes on the left side split up, and they're not together. So let's try that again. On D, yes, it was Hughes and Shen, OEL and Burrows, and then Rathbone and Stillman then moving from the left to the right. I don't know enough about Stillman. I don't know if he's played the right side a lot. I do know that he lined up on the left yesterday to play with Burrows on the right. So if you had simply put Hughes on the right with OEL, then everyone's playing their natural side except for Hughes. It would be OEL, Hughes, Rathbone, Shen, Stillman Burrows. But this way, I guess there's still one other guy playing the opposite side, and this time it's Stillman. So you go Hughes, Shen, Oyel, and Burrows, Rathbone, and Stillman. So that's how they lined up. And then one change on power play 2. Podkolzin takes Hoglander's spot. So power play 1, the one that's struggling, is still Horvat, Pettersson, Miller, Hughes, and Kuzmenko. Second power play has Oyel with Podkolzin, Besser, Pearson, and Garland. So that's how the Canucks practice today in Washington as they are trying to get their first win of the season. Finally, I put a poll up, and let's end it right now and let's see the results. The Canucks are 0-2, and I simply said, how concerned are you for the Canucks start to the season? 45 of you said a bit, 27 said not at all. So 72% of you are saying not at all or a bit. 15% of you are saying I'm a lot concerned, and 12% of you are saying I'm freaking out. So if you split that kind of into concerned or not concerned, basically 72% of you are saying not really concerned, whereas only 29% of you are saying that you are concerned. That doesn't add up, but it's close. Yeah, close to 100%. So I think most of you are with me, and I think we were going to see what happens over the next 3 games, but I would love it if the Canucks started their winning streak starting tomorrow. So as I move to the middle of the show, now it's time for you to contribute. I'm going to start reading your comments, but I would love to know, now expand on your answer. How concerned are you, and why or why not? Let me know in the comments below. That will be the start of our second half. I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, my lead sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Thank you to Perform and Transform, personal training, weight loss. You can sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video. Use the link that's scrolling across the bottom of your video, performandtransform.ca/CanuckClay. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. As you guys know, I'm going to do an unboxing for the second part of my stream once we cut the podcast. Use the code CanuckClay at vessi.ca at checkout and get $15 off every pair of Vessis that you buy. So once again, sponsors, thanks to all of you, and to all of you watching, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, gift memberships, and keep it going in the comments section. So let's get to that right now. A lot of people are saying, hi, how are you? That's great. Some shout outs, thank you. Let's start right here. No, that was like 15 minutes ago. So let's start. Oh, there's been so many comments, you guys. I better start where I meant to start, and that's kind of in the halfway point, which was right here. Far one. Hi, Clay. I really like trading Horvat and Besser for 2 solid right-handed D, put us in cup contention. Look what happened to the Avs when they traded Duchesne. What are your thoughts? That seems like a lot. I think I would go Horvat for right-hand D of some sort, but I see what you're saying. If you do 2 for 1, then you could get a really good right-hand D. But maybe one of Besser Garland becomes expendable if Kuzmenko does really well. So we'll see what happens. But that's a really good point, how the Avs were able to walk away from Duchesne. Truds, Besser needs to be scratched, period. Leave Hoglander in. He hustles. He was top 5 impressive in camp. Besser continues to take up space and valuable minutes for more deserving players. I hear what you're saying, Truds. If you don't like Besser's game so far, I don't know how you bench $6.5 million. Like, you might say, well, it doesn't matter how much they make. You go with who's better, but you could give Besser a bit of a pass given that he's coming off a hand surgery. But I understand your frustration for sure. Fangirl says, not concerned at all. No problem. No problem. Jasker, not concerned. Canucks going 3-2. PD with a headache tomorrow. Unfinished business with the Capitals. Taylor, for me, it's a bit concerning to see a team blow multi-goal leads. Hope to turn around. Yeah. They've blown 3-0 lead against Edmonton, 2-0 against Philly. They gave up a goal in the last 7 minutes in both games. Difference is they played really well against Edmonton. They did not play well against Philadelphia. Justin says, Hoglander, a rough first game. The Ultimate says, I actually think it's good for the team to struggle their first few games, show what they want to work on. Yeah, I don't want them to struggle too long. Edmund, continuing trend, but the D has always been a concern. In the last 2 games proved it. Offensively, we are better, but another concern. Special teams, 2 games, shorthanded goals, unacceptable. Yeah, special teams being bad. And don't forget, defense, you can't just put it on the 2 defensemen. It's a 5-man effort for sure. Marty says in his adjustment period for Besser, give him a few more games to get his feet under him. He'll be fine. That's good. Hello, Zach. Nice to hear from you. Harry, I'm not concerned. Reason being is that it's only 2 games, and even though the Canucks came so close, they have fought hard. I don't think they fought hard yesterday, but that's fine. But yes, they can turn around starting tomorrow. Peter, it's only been 2 games. Honestly, I'm tired of seeing Miller turning the puck over and not back checking. I don't want to hear the excuse of him being tired. Yes, I know I answered a question of yours today and might ask me anything, Peter. I know you're not thrilled with them. Carol, hi, Clay. I said I'm a bit concerned. I got a little concerned because both games were ahead. They let in 3 shorthanded goals. Power play isn't very well. It made me nervous. Fangirl, in your opinion, who gets the start and goal against Washington? Who gets the start in Columbus? I think you go Demko tomorrow, Martin on Tuesday. Burns, Shen's 2-minute penalty before 1-2 completely was unnecessary and a game changer. Yeah, actually, I missed that one. Was that the first period? Sadu, I'm mainly a bit concerned that they scored early in both games. In both games, the opponents then scored unanswered goals and allowed shorthanded goals. Yes, all not good things. Jason says, can we get some likes so we can get some wins? I think if we get this video up to 40 likes, there's 90 people in here right now. If we get up to 40 likes, then they are going to win tomorrow for sure. Sharms, hey Clay, hope all is well. When you said it's just one of many fans out there, I thought you meant fans meant a review come randomly to see you for a second. Well, it was a joke about, that I have many fans. It's kind of conceited, but it's true actually. So is it really conceited? Well, I guess it can still be conceited, but yes, that was a horrible attempt at humor. But you guys are going to love the jokes today, by the way. 2 calls that have played a huge factor in the games Canucks have lost. Not blame it on the rest, but I do hate the fact refs make up random calls. They have unfinished business. Yes, Jaskran, you hope that those calls even out over the course of a season. Harry, I think that the Canucks need to protect the lead. Yes, agree. Jackson, Canucks have too much skill and not enough will. That sounds like a catchphrase. Bottom line says Truds, trade Horvat and Besser for top right-hand D, throw in Hogs. JT Miller was a huge mistake. Right now, I trade all of the above for top right-hand D and a right. Because that only leaves you with Petey, Garland, Kuzmenko, Podkolzin, and Pearson up front. Are you okay with that, Truds? Brian's not worried. Overall thoughts on Podkolzin in the first 2 games? I think he's been okay. I think he's made some really good passes in both games, so I'm okay with him so far. He's the least of my worries. Trade Besser and Horvat for 2 right-handed D. Okay, that makes more sense, Far one. Justin, Besser's power play goal. Also, whereas Hoglander is playing with top 6 forwards. Oh, point per game. Sorry. Hoglander is playing with top 6 forwards and hasn't done much. Noticeable thing was him complaining to refs about calls. Oh, I didn't notice that. Was it bad? Was he complaining? Claude, the last 2 games show how fragile this team is, and we shouldn't expect any differences compared to last year. It's basically the same team with a few new pieces. Yeah, I thought they'd be much more dangerous offensively, though. And Japan says, smash that like button. Yeah, we're 2 likes away from a guaranteed win. Edmund says, JT Miller has to stop turning the puck over. Fangirl, how many times do you think we will hear the dreaded Columbus cannon on Tuesday? Only 1. They're only going to score once. I hope. Why does everyone hate the cannon? Is it that bad, or is it just loud? Jason, which game are we going to win on this road trip? If we don't have the lead, maybe we play better. I think they're going to win tomorrow on Tuesday, actually, and then take 1 point from Minnesota. Miller has to play better defense, says Marty. Oh, Andrew and Seatt's talking about food poisoning. I'm not sure what that's about. Edmund, I also think the officiating has been pretty bad too. Back-to-back terrible calls. Yes, hopefully those do even out. Coach Rob, if we come back winless on the road trip, how concerned you'll be? Very concerned. You can't come back 0-5 or 0-3-2. Yeah, that would be a big concern. That's already a big hole to start off the season. Sadu thinks the theme song should be Bad Boys from Cops. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Marty says JTM needs to play defense. Tanner, why do reporters ask silly questions? Example, Demko report. I think said Demko, are you frustrated for losing? Yeah, actually, and the more important thing, and I get that the reporters are simply setting up a soundbite, but I can't stand it when a reporter says, how important do you think it is to get the power play going? How important is it to learn how to protect a lead? You guys, 99% of the time, the answer is always very important. So do me a favor. Next time you listen to any post-game scrum from any team, as soon as you hear a reporter start a question with, how important is it? You know the answer is going to be, it's important. Andrew, it's my fault the Canucks are losing. Quebec City didn't broadcast. Oh, were you in Quebec? Canucks missing Myers? Yeah, a lot of people don't like Myers, but they certainly miss him for sure. Peter, I remember you said Marino is overrated, but he's got to take a chance on it if he's available. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I think we missed that shot. Sharms, I think Puckos and Garland need some more ice time 5-on-5. Yeah, with all the special teams, there's actually a lot of... it's very disjointed. Marino signed in Washington. Good to know. No. Marino didn't. Sonny Milano did. But didn't he just get released? Okay, now I'm really confused. You guys figure out who you're talking about, Marino or Milano. Jason Dickinson, yes, 3 points in Chicago. Crazy. Then found out he was playing with a broken hand last year. Yeah, a goal and 2 assists for Dickinson. Shannon, I'm a bit concerned as to start off good in the Oilers and Flyers, but they do not play like a team. If they play more like a team, they'll start winning. I love it, Shannon. I love it. You know, the Mr. Joker, the board ads actually don't bother me, but I haven't really been paying attention to them. Treads, I'm completely okay with that. You have Kuzmenko now. Next year you can play for Bernard. Fangirl, the cannon is loud and annoying. It scared a lot of people. Oh gosh, okay. I'll be on the lookout for it, but I hope we don't hear it too much. Milano signed by Cats 1 year $750, but put on waivers and being assigned to Hershey. Ah, interesting. Yeah, because why would you pay $750 for him? I see what you're saying. The Caps did the work by signing him to the contract. Now you can pick him up for only $750. Yeah, I get it. Farwin, I still feel we need to trade a pick for a tough guy like Reeves. Joshua did not even answer the bell when Kanan Nurse made that dirty hit. Yeah, I don't know if you need more toughness. I think, well, it can come from the guys we have, but yeah, I would like Joshua to see him step it up a little more for sure. Is it too much to ask for a home season opener? I think you're talking about a win, right? Chong, is it the players, the coaching staff more to blame these first 2 games? I think it's a combination of both. You can't, but I'd say more players than coaching, quite frankly. Peter, now, except for the power play, I think you can lay a lot of blame at Jason King's feet for sure. Got to be less predictable. The Canucks need to watch out for Patrick Laney and Johnny Gaudreau. Isn't Laney hurt though? Burns says it's only been 2 games. They'll be okay. See edits. I'm mildly concerned special teams still not showing signs of improvement and giving up leads early. Shows the team is still not playing a full 60 minutes. If we come back 1-4 or 0-5, I will freak out. I will be right next to you freaking out. See edits. Well, I answered that one already. Don't forget about Klimovich. Dump the dead weight. Oh, you don't like him? Or no, you do like him. You mean he'll get a chance. Carol, Clay, what are your thoughts on the line changes for the team? I think it's a good idea to change up lines, give them the spark. Yeah, that's what I just talked about, Carol. I think you got to try something different, and you never know. It's not too early to change things around. Others would say give him more of a shot, but that first line, when it was Miller, Best, and Pearson, weren't doing a single thing. Sharms, I presume Parker was very frustrated because I thought he made plans to do a show live. I remember him saying he was going to try and do a live show. He even had a gear, a kit packed up, but maybe he'll be doing one tomorrow if they beat Washington. But it'd be very frustrating to see that live for sure. Goal song, Be Bad Boys. Will be a fun way to fans to interact with the team. Okay, gotcha. Jason, if we do not go 500 on this road trip, we got some concerns. It seems like Bradshaw knew what we were capable of and they defended it well. Yeah, Shaw was a good coach. Tucker Pullman did not practice today, Jackson, so that's not a good thing. Trust. Podkolzin needs to see first line minutes. He has been the best Canuck this year for all the hustle intangibles. I would have no problem with that. I think Stillman has been fine, Harry. Yeah, he hasn't been spectacular, but he hasn't been brutal. I think he's been fine. Yeah, I was surprised that Stillman got in ahead of Rathbone, but if Rathbone performs well tomorrow, then all will be forgotten. Jaskran, after having the first power play in the Flyers game, Flyers had 5 straight. Even John and John were confused why they're getting so many power plays. Justin says, I'm concerned because the special teams haven't improved from last year and actually look worse in some ways. Yeah, not the best start. Lining out for 2-3. Thank you. Correct, SMW. The digital boards is post. It's not happening in the actual arena. So what you see in the arena is different than what you'll see on TV. Justin says, also the blown leads is concerning, but I also know that how vital Myers is to eating up big minutes, and Makeo's speed on the PK is a big reason. Yeah, we need some. We're missing some really good players, you guys. Sorry, guys. I'm still ticked off that we let Tanev walk for another. Okay, Farwan, we got to move past that. I understand your frustration, but that was 2.5 years ago now. I remember the Canucks back in 2009, 2010 started 0-3 and won the division. Okay, so we get one more loss. Fangirl, I presume that Boudreau has not been happy at all, telling them to wake up, basically. Peter, thoughts on Stillman immediately playing over Rathbone? Yeah, I just mentioned, a bit surprised. Maybe they wanted to see, they kind of think they know what they have in Rathbone. Maybe they wanted to see what they had in Stillman, and now we'll get to see both of them tomorrow. Okay, actually, I like that. Let's do that real quick. Trud says, put up a new poll saying, what will the Canucks record be after 5 games? So give me a sec. Actually, no, I won't even put up the poll. Because then, okay, hold on. What will... Actually, I'm not going to type out the poll because there's so many different combinations. 3-2, 3-1-1, 2-1, 2-2. So just put in your comments what you think the Canucks record will be after this 5-game road trip. I think that's a great idea, Truds, but it too confusing on a poll. So just put it in the comments what you think the record will be after 5 games. Then I'm going to wrap up this part in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Is PD and Kuzi the new Matthews and Marner? I don't think we can say that just yet. When do you think Tyler Myers will return? I heard he's skating in Vancouver, so maybe home opener or shortly thereafter. Bruce, there it is as the goal song. They already have that in their back pocket, though. They could do something else. I'd feel a lot better if we at least had Brad Hunt's toothless grin to cheer me up. He was good. Do you think Pullman goes on LTIR? It really depends on how serious it is, Fangirl. Joker Canucks should watch and copy what Oilers do. Probably they're constantly moving around. Yes, I've said that a lot, that it's too predictable, too static, for sure. Which Canuck player from the injury reserve will return? My guess is Mikheyev first, then Myers, then Dermott. Peter, I don't think it helps Miller when you put Pearson Besser with them from the perspective they're both very slow. Yeah, that's not the fastest line mates. With Garland, Podkolzin, he's got a bit more speed and bite for sure. Farm, what about Burrows? He has been playing so well. Yeah, Kyle Burrows has been really, really good. Jasper, I love how the digital boards had mostly Canucks ads in a road game. I didn't even notice that. Japan, the Canucks should use Kevin Owens' music entrance. Very good. Yeah, still going 4-2 burned until they do it. No way, Tran's not saying that. Jasper, I know there are F-bombs going on in the locker room. Okay, a couple more minutes. Jason, let's take all the injuries now instead of later. I mean, we could have a mediocre start and go from there. That's what's happening so far. Maybe Bieksa should play with the team since the D needs help. I bet you could probably still skate. Myers gets a lot of flack because of his size and defensive play sometimes, as well as his contract. But at the end of the day, he does eat up a lot of minutes. No one can really replace that. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Justin says Canucks decor is overpriced. When they're healthy, they're actually decent. Yeah, decent. I wouldn't say great, but they're decent. We got 2-2-1, 2-3, 1-2-2. Coach says 1-4, 1-2-2, 2-2-1. A lot of variety. 2-3, 3-2, 2-2-1. 3-2. Justin, I'm hoping for 3-0, but I think 1-0-2. Oh, in the next 3. Fleury's averaging 8 goals against so far. Nice, but with our luck, that is funny. That is crazy. And our last comment, Farwin, I think our draft game plan should be draft the best player in round 1 and draft only defensemen 2-7. Well, that is one way to beef up your defense prospects for sure. Okay, friends, I am going to wrap it there. So don't forget, as soon as I'm done doing my sign off, my bad joke, I will come back. I'll do the Vessi unboxing if you want to see that. We'll play our games and then we'll wrap up by the hour. So thank you to everyone. Thanks to everyone for joining me. To everyone who subscribed tonight. Don't forget, once we get to 9,400 sometime this week, we will do a giveaway. I will check right now, and we are at 9,397. So maybe in the next day, we will jump up over 9,400. So thank you to everyone who subscribed. Thank you to everyone who liked the video. We did get to 40 likes, so that means we are going to win tomorrow night. No donations tonight, which is fine. I'm just pointing it out. It's not begging you to donate. Thanks to everyone who's donated in the past. I appreciate you. And thanks to everyone who was here tonight. Moderators, thank you. Didn't have to do too much, and that's a good thing. Members, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, all of you, Andrew and Justin were in here. Thank you for your support, and thanks to Hall of Fame and to franchise members as well. Burn then comes in with the $5 donation. Thank you, Bert. I feel bad. Like, when I say it, I truly don't mean it's your last chance to donate, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Burn, thank you for that donation. It's actually almost $7 Canadian, so I appreciate that. Let's give some love to Burn. And thanks to all of you for sticking with me tonight. If you're listening on podcast, make sure you rate and review as well. For tomorrow, there is no Canucks After Dark because Parker will still be in the Eastern States. He's going to the Washington Capitol game too. And then I'm working tomorrow night, but I'll still do my regular 11 o'clock stream tomorrow night. So I'll go Monday, Tuesday, 11. Wednesday will be Canucks After Dark makeup show, and then me at 11. Then Thursday is my next Steve Dangle show. So I'm taking the reins for the Steve Dangle show on Thursday night. So lots of good content to look forward to this week. And Coach Rob with the late donation as well. Thank you very much for that from you, Shannon, and Charlie. I appreciate you. Okay, friends, so don't forget, as soon as I do the sign-off, stick with me because I'm coming back to do the unboxing and we will play our game. Sound good? Sounds great. So as always, thanks for your support. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Oh, yeah, and a last thank you to my sponsors. I always forget to do that at the very end. Van City Experts Real Estate, my lead sponsor, and my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss. Now for real. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Don't forget to stick around if you want to see the unboxing and play some games. Recently, I asked my phone, Siri, why am I so bad with women? And she said, I'm Alexa, you moron. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah. I will cut the podcast there, but we will keep on going. So, Burned, thank you for the donation. Did you guys like that joke, by the way? I thought that one was pretty funny. Burned, thank you for the donation. Coach Rob, thank you for the donation. And Carol as well. Thank you for your $5 donation. Give my love to Gail, and please let her know that I'll be praying for everyone in your family. I appreciate that, Carol. Thank you. So, lots of love to everyone who's been donating. And remember, you can still donate, even though we're not doing the podcast part anymore. You can still donate if you'd like to. Okay, so, I just said okay. I've been better about that. So don't be offended if I don't get to see all your comments going forward now, because I do want to do the unboxing and then do the Jaskrin didn't like the joke. and then play our game. So let's start. Not gonna overdo this. Just, it's kind of cool. I've had this since the middle of last week, and I didn't open it because I thought it'd be something different to do it on here. So this is Vessi. You guys know I have a brand partnership with them, and you can, in essence, put Canuck Clay in Vessi.ca and check out and get $15 off of every pair of Vessis that you buy. Burned. My donation was before you, quote, asked for it. Doesn't matter when it came in. I appreciate you nonetheless. Okay, so this is how they pack Vessis. So let's see. We open it up. Rain or shine, adventure awaits. Ooh. Okay. So they have welcome to the Dry Socks Club. So it looks like it's a Vessi sticker pack. It is what? Meet your new favorite sneakers, run them underwater, share your first moment with us at Vessi, and now find your first puddle. And then there's a cleaning guide, a fit guide, how to return it. So to clean it, mix water and soap, soak your Vessis and scrub gently. Allow them to dry in a breezy area. Admire how sparkly clean your sneaks are. Oh, that's cool. And then a message from the founders who are from Vancouver, and then get to know them. 100% waterproof, 100% vegan. Why? I'm not going to eat them. Breathable and lightweight. Okay, cool. So that's that. Get $20. Get $20. Give your friends $20 off their next pair of vesties, and you get $20 off your next pair after they place their first order. Oh. But I have to scan this. Okay, I'll figure out how to do that. And my first pair of vesties, as you know, was gray. So this is my new one. These are black. And what are they called? The Everyday Move. The Everyday Move. So these are my new sneaks. They look comfy. I'm going to try them on right now real quick. She probably would have been better if I undid the shoelaces. Oh yeah, these feel good. Oh yeah, I can tell. I'm going to like these a lot. Okay. I like them. I like them. Thank you. I'm sure that was very riveting for all of you watching, but I appreciate you. And I see Trud says $150 for regular price vesties are too steep. Yeah, I don't know. I've have two pairs now. This is my second pair. I wear my first pair everywhere all the time, and I've been happy with them. And with my code, you get another $15 off, but that's fair. Should be $100 max. And Marty says, so worth it. I love mine. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, thanks for doing that. Don't worry. I'm not going to turn into like a guy who does unboxings and maybe I'll do a more hockey related one next time, but it's still kind of cool to share that moment with you. Let me pull up now the games and we will get started and see how we do. Can you buy them in stores? No, Coach Rob, it's all online. So as always, if you've played today, don't wreck it for anyone else. Don't wreck it for anyone else. Who is this? Who is this? I'll take the first guess that I see in the chat. Who could this be? Okay, in the chat, this dude looks short. Okay, I don't think it's him, but I said I'd take the first guess. He's not even in. I can't even pick him. Harry, I tried to put Anton Roussel, but I can't even pick him. Brian says Bo Horvat. I don't think it's him, but we will give it a shot. Oh, okay, that was we got skunked. So we do know that it's a non-Canadian, older than 27, who plays in the Eastern Conference. So a non-Canadian who plays in the Eastern Conference who's a little bit older. So basically, I'm going to take any Eastern Conference player that's not a center. So that does count as Ovi. All those things describe Alex Ovechkin. And that was actually a pretty good guess. So we got the Metro Division. So that's important. We got the Metro. So that's Washington, Philly, Pittsburgh, Rangers, New Jersey Devils, Islanders, Columbus, and missing one, Carolina, the 2 C's. He's not Russian, but we know he's a metropolitan player, and he's a right shot, and he's 6'3". So he's a bigger guy from the Metro Division. He's not a center or a left winger. Bigger guy for the Metro, not a center or left winger. Ooh, I like the Trouba guess. I do like the Trouba guess. Although I can tell by the hair it's not him. But a good guess. Actually, that was a very good guess, Justin, because you actually got the right hand and the 6'3", which is pretty impressive. We now know he's a defenseman, and we know he's American. So actually, that was an excellent guess, Justin. I need to find now a U.S.-born defenseman who plays in the Metro, who's over 28 years old, right shot. U.S. born defenseman, right shot defenseman, older than 28 from the Metro Division. No, it can't be Fox or Hughes, guys. Got to be older than 28 years old. You see that? It's got to be older than 28. Letang's Canadian, isn't he? That's what I thought of, but I think Letang's Canadian. Who is a right shot D, you guys? An American right shot D in the Metro. Dougie Hamilton's Canadian, right? But what about Brett Pesce? Okay, let's try it. And so the Metro is the 3 New York teams: Pittsburgh, Philly, Washington, Columbus, and Carolina. Oh, actually, that was an outstanding guess. You're right. It might be. That was an outstanding guess, Brett Pesce, because technically we got everything right. Defense, American. Oh, I guess we didn't get the age right. Right-handed, 6'3". No, I don't think Ristolainen's over 27 years old. Oh, no, wait. Because he's Horvat's age, right? No, that's Buffalo, though. That's Buffalo. That's the wrong division. Philly or Pens, maybe. Yeah, it can't be a Washington Capitals, so it's not John Carlson. Who does Jeff Petrie play for now? Oh, is he in Carolina? Okay. This is tough. American-born players. Oh, Ristolainen plays for Philly now? Okay, my bad. Oh, but he's not American. Okay, that was a bad guess. Sorry. I mean, not your fault. I shouldn't have put that in. American born. Okay, let's go Petrie, and then we'll go Justin Braun. Let's go Petrie. Very good. Nicely done. Who actually, someone, I think Mialza was the first one who said it, and then Justin came in with it too. So Mialza, very good, you guys. Not bad. We got it in 6. We're still 100%. So let's move to Gordo now. I'll take the first 6-letter name that I see. What's the first? I'll take the first 6-letter name I see. Fangirl. Oh, no. Slavin is the first one I see. Oh, wow. Actually, that's pretty good. We got the S and we got the N. Nice start, you guys. So I think we can... Oh, that's a very good start, actually. We can narrow it down now. I'll take any guesses. I'm sure there are not going to be many that have an S in the first letter and an N in the last letter. Can't be Sandine because we know there's no A or I. It can be Stepan. Not bad. So now we need to find an E. So it starts with an S, it ends with an N, and there's an E somewhere in the middle. Starts with an S, ends with an N, and there's an E somewhere in the middle. Yeah, Shannon, can't be Stefan because there's 7. We tried Stepan already. Holy smokes, it can be Shen. And it is Shen. Nice, Charms. Very good. The answer was right under our nose, basically. Right here. Very good. Luke Shen. It could be Braden Shen. Nice job. Kind of out of nowhere. Actually, that was an excellent guess. That Slavin guess was an excellent guess because it got us going right away. So Charms started with Slavin, and he ends it off for us. Very good, Charms. Last one, Wordle. Is it 5 or 6 letters? It is 5 letters today. Give me a word for Wordle. And I'm not necessarily going to take the first one I see because I reserve the right to pick a different one if I don't like it. Actually, I'll try pride and then count. I don't mind that because this one doesn't have the best consonants, but at least it's got 2 vowels. Actually, that was a great guess, Fangirl. That's a very good guess. So we know it ends in DE, and we know there's a P. I know that I don't think there's going to be a P in the 3rd spot, so I'm pretty sure the P's in the middle. I mean, in the 2nd spot. So let's get... Oh, you guys are good. So it's something P, something DE. It could be something like spade. Yeah, I think it's spade, actually. I'm going to guess spade. Ha! And Charms nailed it right when I said it as well. You guys, this was way too easy tonight. It just proves to me that we are getting smarter and smarter. Yeah, no problem, Brian. Go ahead. We're wrapping up right now. You guys, that was really good. We nailed all 3 games pretty easily. And we did an unboxing, and this is perfect. I will sign off now and then get ready for a Canucks game tomorrow. All right, let's do this one last thing because we got a couple minutes. Put in your chat right now. Give me your score prediction for tomorrow's game. Give me your score prediction and your first Canucks goal scorer. I will highlight it. A few of the comments for the next minute or so. So give me your score prediction, whether it's Vancouver or Washington, and then give me your first Canucks goal scorer as well. Haven't planned the meetup yet, Harry, because the Steve Dangle Podcast Network thing has thrown a bit of a wrench into plans, including my 24-hour live stream. So I need to look at what makes sense for a 24-hour live stream, what makes sense for a meetup, and then go from there. Justin says, great stream. Thank you, Justin. Jasker says 6-1 Canucks. Shannon says, Charlie says, meow night. Thank you, Charlie. Meow to you too. Meowza says 6-1 Canucks. Fangirl says 4-3. I presume Canucks, saying Miller scores first. Burns says 3-2 Canucks with Miller scoring. Jaskrin says 6-1 Canucks with Pettersson scoring first. Trud says the Canucks lose 4-3, but Kuzmenko scores first. Coach Rob 4-1 Vancouver with Horvat. Seattle, it's 4-2 Washington, but PD scores first goal for Canucks. 3-2 for the Canucks with Hughes. And High T thinks we lose 5-2. Okay, friends, I will wrap it up there. Thank you. I do have even another bad joke. I thought the first one was really good, even though Jaskrin didn't like it. But this one's even worse or better, depending on. I'd love to know what you think. So when I say the joke and I say "booyah," good night, and then the outro music plays, you can still leave comments in the chat. Let me know what you think about this joke. Okay. And just before I go, 5-2 Canucks, 6-1 Canucks with Miller. Shannon 5-3 Canucks with PD. Justin says 4-3 Canucks blow another 3-0 lead, but win. David Spade. Horvat scores first for Harry, and people saying good night. And Jaskran says the joke's going to be pathetic, but we will see. We'll see if that is indeed true. So once again, moderators, thank you. Members, thank you. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Just Incredible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members. Thanks to everyone who subscribed, who donated, who became members. Appreciate all of you. And tomorrow, don't forget, no Canucks After Dark, but I will be coming on at 11 p.m. And in essence, it will become a delayed post-game show. Once again, thanks for being here. Enjoy tomorrow. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And Jaskrin, this is just for you. You know, for me, the urge to sing the song, "The Lion Sleeps Tonight," is always just a whim away. 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 God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah!